Gosh, there's already 10 people in here and 5 thumbs up. I appreciate that so much. Do a quick count here. We got Trigger Bars in here first. Unit 4 is second. God's Wrath, hello Gun Nation. Yeah, I appreciate it. Pistol Pete's in the house. Ranger 10. Let's see here. Yeah, he did definitely lay a smackdown down. Hello, Lynn Holt. How are you? Brian Duchesne, how are you, sir? I hope y'all are all doing well. Yeah, we got 11 in here and 6 thumbs up. Tonight we got a little bit of Hogs 6, I think is what it is. Cheers, everyone. First drink. Actually tasted good. Hello, Trigger Bar. Jamie Ortez is in the house. But yeah, I thought we would do a little chat this evening. I figured y'all were going to talk about the congressional speech last night. Figured y'all would get into that a little bit and then talk about favorite guns of mine, and y'all can say yours. You know, I don't just have like 1 or 2 favorite guns. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have quite a few favorites, but I always get asked, hey, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? So I thought I would just go over some of them. We're going to be talking about rifles, shotguns, and pistols, not just, not just pistols. And then also I wanted to get into some of my favorite 22s, because when I do talk about 22s or do videos where I'm shooting 22s, people always ask, hey, what's your favorite one? What's your favorite one? And I have, probably in 22 pistols, I think I have about 5. So I figured we would talk about those as well, if you want to. And not saying because it's my favorite, it has to be your favorite. These are just, I'm just sharing some of my favorites. So, hello, Lake Ozark guy. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Let me grab another drink. That actually tastes pretty dang good. And this whiskey's not expensive. It's, I want to say it's like $30 or something. I mean, it's not expensive at all. Pistol Pete says, I have a 22 pistol that shoots like a rifle. Yeah, I mean, 22s are fun. I mean, I think a lot of people put it this way. If I'm going to dry fire, I do dry fire. I have dry fired a lot, especially since my leg was hurt, but I still get bored of it. So I'd rather shoot a 22 than, just sit and dry fire if I can. At least something's going bang. And of course, 22 recoils nothing, but, it's better than just sitting there dry firing. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. We got 22 people and 8 thumbs up, so the rest of y'all hit that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into it. As far as some favorite 22 pistols, I'll just go ahead and let you know the CZ P10C is probably one of my favorite striker fire pistols. I really enjoy it. It shoots well. I've got 2 of them, and then I have a F as well, and it's an awesome gun. But I'm just saying, kind of the P10 family is one of my favorites. Also, really enjoy the P10, or excuse me, the P07. I think it's highly underrated. It is double action, single action, but my favorite, probably double action, single action, is my Shadow 2 Compact, even over my Shadow 2 full size, which I love. But the Compact is just so fun. I've talked about it numerous times. I think I've sold a ton of them for CZ, but I know that people were buying them way before I had mine. But I'm really glad that I got it. So it's a great gun, even better with lock grips, and the mag well for me, for my hand size. I do enjoy my Glock 19X for a Glock. It's really a great gun. It shoots good. Not had a bit of problems with it. Of course, mine is not stock. I did have it stippled, which is a must, because they're pretty slick. So I did have it stippled. Had extra serrations added to the front of it. Of course, RMR cut, milled and stippled. And I had it Cerakoted, a cool color that I like. It's kind of like a sparkly bronze, I guess. Let's see here. Was at the range today with my new X5 SIG, but 400 rounds through it has become my favorite range gun. That's good. Brian says, what exactly does the thumbs up do for a channel? It shows engagement and it just recommends it to other people. So when you get the thumbs up, YouTube's like, hey, people give a crap about this video, so maybe we'll recommend it. So that's what it does. And it just shows support. Every video that I watch of all the people I follow, I always give a thumbs up and leave some sort of comment, whether it be just like, hey, great video, or sometimes I'll just leave a thumbs up symbol because the comments and the thumbs up count as engagement. So, yep, Ranger summed it up. Where was I? Oh, on the Glock 19X, really enjoy my 19X. And of course, the 2011s. I really do enjoy my 2011s a lot. As far as my favorite, I guess, because I'm saying like most carried, kind of a do-it-all 2011 is probably my Staccato C2. It shoots like a bigger gun. I can put the 140 millimeter mags in it and all that good stuff. The longer mags, they do hang out of the bottom. But my Staccato C2 is probably one of my favorite 2011s just because I've carried it so much. I've shot it so much. A lot of my big ones, I've carried them before, but I just don't have as many rounds through them. And of course, I love my Staccato P as well and my MPAs, but I shoot the C2, a lot more because I carry it. So I would probably say that's my most favorite Staccato, I guess, or 2011. Just because I have so many rounds through it. The first one, I put 5,000 rounds through it, then the frame warped. And then I got the new one. And honestly, I probably have, well, it's not brand new, of course. I've had it for a long time since, but I probably have, I've got the book on it. I don't have it here with me, but I've probably got 3,000 or 4,000 rounds through the second one. And it's been fabulous. So, now granted, it does have an Atlas trigger in it because I like the flat face triggers. I do not like a curved trigger. And also I like a medium trigger because my fingers are longer. So that is my preference, a medium flat, because it throws the finger out a little bit more. And I like the trigger guard setups on those because I can shoot them with a glove or blah, blah, blah. But I don't shoot with gloves a lot. I mean, very, very seldom. But if I needed to, I have that and I'm able to do that. Hello, Ghost. How are you? He says, I don't know you, but may God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Scott. How are you? But yeah, that's probably some of my favorite pistols, so to say. Now, as far as my favorite 22s, if I have to claim a favorite 22, I'll give you a first one and then a second one. And hell, I'll even throw a third one in there if you want it. My favorite 22 pistol is, believe it or not, is my Taurus TX22 Competition. Reason being, it's got a lot of tandem cross parts in it, which are awesome. And if you need any tandem cross parts, you can use my discount code. It's BJGG5. Save you 5% off if you want it. I don't make anything on it, but it benefits you guys. But it's super fast. It has a great trigger. Of course, with the tandem cross, it made it even better. It shoots fantastic. The optic does not reciprocate because it's mounted to the barrel. Super fast. My second 22, believe it or not, is my SIG P322. It does have a tandem cross trigger shoe in it, which I do prefer. It gives you more leverage, especially for longer fingers or bigger fingers. I do like it a lot better than the stock trigger. The stock flat isn't horrible, but the tandem cross does give you a little more leverage and make it feel a little lighter, even though I think it's just because it's longer that you can grab the bottom of it and get a little more leverage, which makes it lighter to the feel. So, and I've done a trigger pull on it on that video. Y'all can go look at it if you want to. It's not a bad trigger at all. It's got a little bit of crunch in it because it's, it is what it is. And then a third favorite is my Ruger 2245. And I would say, hey, I mean, because that's probably my most accurate 22 is the Rigger 2245, and it's got lock grips on it. It's got an apex trigger in it, so it's a super light trigger. Um, but and it's got an optic plate on it from Tandem Cross. It's got a lot of Tandem Cross parts in it, so it's really fast and it shoots great. It's got all the I have compensators for all these, but I don't run a compensator on the 322. Um, it's super fast, but the bad thing, it only holds 10 rounds. That's probably why it's like in third place. And I've got the P09 conversion. I mean, I've got other 22s, but they're not my favorite. Those are probably my top three in that order. So, and I've got cans and stuff like that, or cans for it. Hello, Floridian. How are you? Pistol Pete says my favorite range pistol is my Tanfo match in whatever caliber you choose. Yeah, and my Tanfo is a fantastic gun too. Floridian, it says, hi, Big J. I'm in Houston tonight. Made the mistake to fly through Dallas yesterday. Was on the plane 11 hours total. Damn. Stayed at the airport. Damn. That is crazy. Hello, Lake Arzar guy. How are you doing? Says, I'm trying to buy a CZ P07 P09 manual safety set, but it's out of stock at Cajun Gunworks. And other stores everywhere. Any ideas on where to check? I have seen them used. You know, they're here and there at gun stores. Very seldom, and if they do, they get lapped up. Um, I know the Nocturne is, the hotter thing now. I've seen those on sale. I know it's not a official P07/P09, but it's the new Nocturne, and I have seen those on sale at Palmetto State, I believe. I don't know the price though, but it was on sale. But is it? Oops. But is it a 22 LR or 22 mag? Mine are 22 LRs. I don't have any 22 mags. I used to have a 22 mag revolver, but I gave that to a family member like 15 years ago. I just never shot it. And when I let him shoot it, he loved it. And, he was young. I mean, he was of age, but he was young and, he just fell in love with it. So I just gave it to him. It wasn't a super expensive one. Pistol Pete says favorite 22 is of a Quartz and Scorpion. Yeah, those are nice. Pistol Pete says your P07, P09 should have come with the manual safety. Yeah, if it's a convertible, if it's one of the, not the early ones, those were called the P07 duties with the curve trigger. But if it is a standard P07, it should come with the manual safety or the decocker, and you can change them out pretty easily. Alexandria Fisher, hello. Brian says, if you haven't eaten a can of Progressive loaded baked potato soup, you haven't lived yet. Yep, I have had that. It is good. Efren says, hello, Grandpa. How are you doing? I'm doing just fine. How are you doing, grandson or daughter? I don't know what your name is. Oh, I have a 22 long rifle conversion slide and a barrel setup for my Bulgarian Makarov. That's cool. Yeah, I have a conversion, the CMMG. I have a conversion for my ARs as well, where you can shoot 22 through it. But I did have problems with the mags when I first bought it. I had bad problems with the mags. So I got with them, and they actually sent me, because I bought the 3 mag conversion kit, and they sent me 3 of the newer mags, but I haven't tried them yet. They'd sent them right before I got hurt. Hello, Rich B. How are you? Yeah, if y'all see any trolls in here, a lot of y'all have wrenches. Launch them. Yeah, we got some trolls for sure. I'm launching some of them. Ranger says my guns are like my kids. They're all favorites, but a couple I like a little better. No, I get that. Yeah, I'm having to launch some of these kids. So we must have some trolls cruising around. Um, and as far as ARs, I've got my POFs. I really enjoy my POF 308 12 and a half. I really enjoy POF 300 Blackout. It's a 10 and a half. I really enjoy. Then I have the custom built 12 and a half setup. It does have a 12 and a half 300 Blackout upper and a 5.56 12 and a half upper. It's on the same lower. I had it set up as the ultimate truck gun set, so it's all in the same bag. They have cloud defensive rain lights on them. They have the exact same optics from Primary Arms. The prisms, the 2x prism scopes on them, they work really well. And like I said, the rain lights on them, both exactly the same. It was custom done by Fire for Effect. It's one of their custom lowers. It is a serialization specific to me, so it's a one of one. Um, so they did a custom serial number on it for me, and that's really cool. It is a billet lower and a billet upper, billet uppers. Um, the hand guards are BCM, and they have ballistic advantage barrels in them, so they are very accurate. They were way more accurate than me. So, hello Norwood, how are you doing? All right, we're gonna have to. Let's see here. I'm having to launch some people. Sorry about that. Oh, where did that go? I was trying to read that. What's the longest time you would leave a gun in your safe without pulling them out and putting some lube on them? Would you break them down and clean them? That is from Rich B. I have guns in my safe that I've had in there for shit 3 or 5 years. I haven't pulled them out. Um, when I do pull them out to look at them, if they're dry or if they could be dry, I'll drip some oil in there. I've got the little needle valves. Y'all have all seen those. I'll drip some oil in there and cycle them, just hand cycle them. But do I break them down and clean them? No. I mean, if they're not dirty, I'm not worried about that. I don't just pull them out and clean guns. I don't. That's not what I do. And I'm also the guy that will come home from shooting them and throw them in the safe dirty. I don't clean guns like some people do. I used to back in the day. I was pretty, oh my God, I got to clean them every time I shoot them. Now I'll, as long as they're lubed, a lot of my guns, even the 2011s, they're not that super finicky. As long as they're lubed, they will run. My ARs, I have dirty ARs in my safe. I'll pull them out, lube them, and run them. So, did I hear that Taurus is making the TX in 9mm? Wouldn't surprise me. They're actually coming out with a PCC also. I don't know if y'all saw the overseas, kind of like the overseas SEMA, but they showed that, and I thought that was kind of cool. The kids need to go to bed. I agree. Y'all help me launch them. I'm trying to launch as many as I can. Y'all have Pistol Pete and Scott. Y'all have wrenches. Put them to bed. I've already launched a few of them. I can't. I'm trying to talk and can't catch all of them. And if I see some more people, I'll throw y'all wrenches too for moderators. Matter of fact, we'll pass out some more real quick. Unit 4, you've been blessed. And then let's get into, that those are probably, and my Lancer 308, that's probably my favorite big, battle rifle, if that's what you want to call it. Long distance gun, if that's what you want to call it. And I have a bunch of 5.56s and stuff like that, but to say they're my favorite, they're really not. 5.56, I mean, it's I'm not saying it's a bad caliber. I've just shot it for a long, long time, and I get kind of bored of it. And I'm really a 30 cal guy. I really enjoy 30 cal, whether it be 300 blackout, 308, etc. And I've shot a lot of 6.5, but it has not been my guns. I've never owned a 6.5, but I've shot a lot of them, and I mean they're great guns. I'm just so invested in 308, and I don't shoot out to 1,000 yards all the time, so the 308's perfect for me. So that's kind of what I do. No, I can't show any on here, but I've got plenty of videos you can check out. Yeah, any that you see that is causing a ruckus, if they really want to talk about guns and stuff like that, they're more than welcome to be on here because we need more people on our side. Hello, Pond. I'll say hi to you if that's what you are looking for. Um, so those are some of my favorites. Now, as far as shotguns, I've been asked this a lot too. What's my favorite shotguns? I have semi-automatic, I have pump, I have all that stuff. And probably my one favorite shotgun, if I could only pick one, is my Mossberg 590A1. It's a pump, and I have reliable semi-automatic shotguns. I've got Browning, I've got Mossberg, a I've got a Beretta, but it's a bird gun. Um, it's not like the tactical, but my Mossberg 590A1 will shoot anything and everything. It'll shoot low brass, high brass. It'll shoot junk ammo. It'll shoot high end ammo. It'll shoot whatever I want to shoot with it. So that's one thing I love about it. It's not finicky. And some semi automatics can be finicky on low or high brass. Not so much high brass, but low brass. So, you know, that's why the Mossberg 590A1 is my favorite. And I have an 870 and stuff like that, but I really don't like them because of where the safety is. It's down on the trigger, and it's a little tiny push in button, and I don't like that because my fingers are big. So that's why I use the regular ones, or the Mossbergs. Do prefer those. um, Lynn Holt says, got a deal on a Trigicon HD 3.25. I like it. The battery of operations is a tad different, and the blue hue, meh. It's a very crisp dot. I have looked through one before. I haven't like had one in my hand like to shoot and play with. I just saw it in the store, and Texas Gun Experience had it, and I was kind of playing around with it, just looking at it, not on a pistol. And I mean, it looked pretty cool. They're still pricey, which I mean, they're probably a very good quality optic, but they're definitely pricey. But I did notice that blue hue too. But they've got to have those notch filters to save battery life, so I get why they're there. Okay, we're launching another one. Let's see here. What do you get extra on a 590A1 versus a standard 590? The A1 has the metal trigger guard group, so you're not getting a polymer lower. So if you were to drop it, it's less likely to break the trigger guard area. It's also a thicker barrel, so it is a heavy duty barrel. It'll shoot 3-inch slugs. It'll shoot whatever you want. It's more of a bulletproof, so to say. Shotgun. I mean, it's used by the Marines. I mean, other shotguns are as well. But it is like a beefed up, heavy duty, and it is heavy. It's not as light because it's all, it has the beefed up barrel, it has the metal trigger guard. So it is a kind of a bulletproof shotgun. It's gone through, it was tested for all these different cycles. You'll have to look it up. And I mean, it went through everything, all their testing. I mean, it's a heavy duty made shotgun. So you're going to pay more for it because it's so beefed up. But it's got the thicker barrel and it's a heavy barrel. Let's see here. Oh yeah, and you can put a bayonet on it as well. It's got the lug on the front. I don't have a bayonet for mine. You can get the bayonets. They're not that expensive. So you can have a bayonet on your shotgun. No says, I'm not the most informed on guns, but I do have a handgun. Oh, I'm sorry. But I do want a handgun I can have here in my home for protection, especially now that I have a daughter. What would you recommend? No, if you have an opportunity to go to a gun range where you can rent pistols and physically try them in your own hand, um, I would recommend doing that. If I don't know what area you're in, or maybe what country you're in, or state you're in, I don't know any of that. But, of course, the most popular is a Glock. I don't just recommend guns to people. I always try to say, or if you have friends that have guns, go to the range with them and try them and see which one you like. Um, because I don't want to push anything on you or say, hey, this is the one for you, because it very well might not be. Might not fit your hand, might have bad trigger reach. I mean, there's a lot of things that can vary with purchasing your first handgun. So I would highly recommend, going and trying some out if you're able to. And Pistol Pete saying get a Glock 19. Yeah, I mean, that's the most popular. Yep, Rangers saying, yeah, and I mean P10C is a great gun too. It's just like I said. You're in Houston. Oh hell, there's tons of gun ranges in Houston. I've been to a bunch of them. So yeah, you can go and try them out. There's tons of rental guns. They're not that expensive. Um, that's what I would do. Sometimes they even have, some of these places have rental packs where you can pick 6 guns to try, and they'll all be 9mm or whatever, so you can use the same ammo. Some require, if you're shooting their guns, to purchase ammo from them, but you could buy a 50 round box and go and try, some different guns. That's what I would highly recommend. And Brian's, saying it's good to go and try some guns out and see what you're comfortable with, and maybe rent some, a few times till you get used to them. Roop is saying favorite night vision helmet unit. Personally, I don't have night vision. I use thermals, so I just don't have night vision, and I'm not. That's not my forte. So I don't have a night vision helmet or any of that stuff. So I don't want to talk out my butt. I'm just being honest with you. So I'm the wrong person to, um, talk to about night vision. Oh, he has a 12 gauge Mossberg, also a 380 Taurus that my father in law gifted me, but not for my liking. It's small, yeah. I was going to say the small guns sometimes aren't super fun. M&P is a great gun. Yeah, no, I would really go try some out and really see what you like. PO7 Pistol Pete, a lot of people can't handle a double action, single action for kind of their first gun. So, I mean, I've shot them a lot. You have, other people have, but sometimes people get a little confused with double action, single action, but it is safe. I mean, you have that long trigger pull on your first shot. Unit 4 said, let us know you're out there. Hit that thumbs up. Yeah, we've got 33 people in the chat and 20 thumbs up. There's Trigger Bar saying Team Windy, bump helmet for him. I mean, I've heard the name Team Windy a lot, and I know a lot of people like it. I just don't have that experience. So, hello, Mateo Guns. How are you? Living the dream. We are living the dream here. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Pistol Pete. I do like the double action, single action as well. Just some people, that really long trigger pull really scares them when it goes off. So, and some newbies, they will short stroke it when they're trying to pull it back. They'll start shaking because it's so heavy, and then their sights are going to be way off. So, some people have problems with that. Now, if you practice with it, it's not a big deal. Let me catch back up here real quick. The Root says I have two PVS 14s, Gen 3 green tubes with some counterweights on my QRF helmet. You got a thermal recommendation that you can Yeah, my thermals are on rifles, so I don't have any helmet mount thermals or anything. They're just strictly on rifles. Mateo, I have not shot the RXM yet. I have not. I haven't been able to shoot in a while. When that came out, I think I was maybe it came out before I got hurt. I don't remember. So, but yeah, I have not shot that one yet. Heard some good things about it. I've got a buddy who has one. He really likes it. Um, and I've seen some reviews where a lot of people like it, and then I've seen some where a few people have had issues, like when it first came out. But that's kind of to be expected. I did order something. I'll go ahead and share with y'all because it's going to be a while before I get it. I did order the Cloud Defense ELP, the new pistol light that they're coming out with. They showed it at SHOT Show and they've been hinting on it and stuff. So it's the Cloud Defense pistol light. I've been waiting on this for like 2.5 years. I've been beating them up. I've talked to them. I mean, I don't get any. I paid full price. I don't get any kind of discount or anything like that. And I bought my Rain rifle lights. I didn't get any kind of discount. So, but I really do like their rifle lights a lot. So I was really excited about this pistol light and kept saying, "Hey, when are y'all going to come out with a pistol light?" And the customer service guy was like, "Hey, we're working on it. We're working on it." But God, that was like I said 2 years ago. So I did go ahead and pre-order one. I ordered it this past Saturday, and the only way you got on the pre-order is you had to sign up for their text, and then they would text you and say, "Now it's available for pre-order." So I pre-ordered it. And when you pre-order it, you got some kind of like $20 off, and they're supposed to send you some kind of swag. I don't know what that's going to be. So it's ELP swag or EPL, whatever the name of the light is. Um, but and I didn't see this on the pre-order form. So I just pre-ordered it, paid for it, did all that other stuff. No big deal. Be the first thing I bought since I've been injured. Um, and then later on, they put out a video saying it's available for regular people to order, I guess, or pre-order. And then I saw on there that it's not going to be out till fall, which is what, September? So it's like 5 or 6 month wait. It is what it is. They got my money. I want one. It's 56,000 candela, and it is like 1,250 lumens. But what they did with this one, and I've got the turbo X300, I've got the TLR ones and the HLX and all that other stuff. But some have flood, and some have the really tight beam. What this one is supposed to do is give really good flood and really good beam, so it's a mixture of both. So, because like on my Surefire Turbo, you've got like 65,000 candela, but you only have like 650 lumens, where the other Cloud Defense is 1250 lumens and like 56,000 candela. So they cut the candela, but they bumped up the lumens. And the candela is really what gets your distance, and the lumens is what gets your flood. So this is kind of going to be a happy medium, is what they're saying. So I'm excited to try it. It is supposed to fit in the X300 holsters slash TLR1 is the way they're saying it, but they're talking about the Surefire, or excuse me, they're talking about the Safariland holsters. So hopefully it fits in the X300 holsters because I have a shitload of those, or holsters that are set up for the X300. So that's what I'm hoping. I like the button platforms that they have on it because it's a different button. It's not the little toggle switches. It's a new button that they have, and it's a high button. So when you have your grip on the side, you could just drop down just a little bit, and then there's the button. And it comes with two sets of buttons, like a lower and a higher. So that's another thing I'm kind of excited to try. So we'll see how that goes. But I did order that. Hello, Turkey's Opinion. How are you, man? Hope you're doing well. Let me catch back up here real quick. Mateo says, guys, smash that thumbs up. Yep, I'd appreciate it. All right, let me catch back up here. Pistol Pete says I have people at the range load a mag and shoot one round in double action, decock it, do it again. Yep, I've done that before, and I've taught people how to do that before. My own family members, I taught them how to do that too. Yeah, if it has a decocker, well, I've manually decocked it for people. Because I have one that's set up. One of my PO7s is set up with a decocker. One of them is set up with a manual safety. One of my PO9s is set up with a decocker. The other one has the manual safety. But of course, you can change those back there, change them back and forth. Rich B says, "Are you weight bearing any on your right leg?" Yeah, no, I've been putting weight on it. The bones are officially healed. Just so y'all know, I went to PT yesterday, and I just told him I'm taking these braces off. So I've taken my ankle brace off, my knee brace off. I do have a pull-up neoprene just for my knee to hold my ACL kind of tight together because I don't have an ACL, or to hold my kneecap tight. And I've been walking. I can only walk with a walker though, but I have been putting weight on it and walking around the house and doing PT and stuff. So we're pressing on. One thing that's kind of weird is I have a work trip that I really want to go to the next month on the 15th. It's a show. A lot of my customers will be there. I'd be taking them to dinner and drinks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really trying to push to be able to walk. I did get the approval from the doctor to fly. I do have to wear compression socks because of the blood clots and take my blood thinners. So, of course, which I've been taking every day. But I'm really pushing to where I can go on this trip. So we're going to see. Matter of fact, I'm going to book it all tomorrow with the hotel and everything, hoping that I can go. So I am going to be pushing. Take care, Mateo. Appreciate you, brother. Ranger says I'm loving my TLR1 HLX. Yeah, I've got one too. I mean, it's a nice light. Using the rechargeable batteries in it. That light's very bright. It is very bright. Yeah. I would say my it's brighter than the regular TLR1 for sure. It's definitely brighter than my X300 Ultra. It's brighter in the flood, of course, than the X300 Turbo. But as far as distance, of course, the Turbo wins. But, that's why I am excited about the Cloud Defense. I know I'm going to have to wait a long time, but, it is what it is. Pistol Pete's saying, so how long before you can get the ACL surgery? They want me walking and all that other stuff, on my own. And with the blood thinners, it has pushed it out. Of course, I'm not able to walk on it on my own yet. So I really don't know. I'd probably say, if after I walk, probably a couple of months after that. But I've just, I've really got to see, because after that, then I would be down a little bit too, right back where I was. So I'm really contemplating, if this is up and healed and I can walk and be somewhat normal, that's when it's really going to sink in if I want to have the ACL surgery. I mean, I don't have an ACL there now, and I know people can live without it, but that's just something I'm going to have to, I guess, get to that bridge when I cross it. So I don't really know. What's up, BP? I'm not your pop. I might be your dad. I don't know. When I was younger, I definitely got around, so I guess maybe I could be your dad. I'm not real sure on that. Let's see. Trigger Bar says I have a rifle clip-on thermal, and I can see how they'd be good, but it really only helps when there are people around. So that's where I don't know. I mean, I've seen pros and cons to both, like with night vision, people in ghillie suits and they're hiding and all that other stuff. I've seen, the thermal or the night vision guys just look right over them. The thermal will make them glow like a light source. So, there's pros and cons to both. It's just I'm used to thermal so far. So I've put on night vision and kind of walked around with it and stuff. I just don't have a lot of experience with it. So, that's where I just don't really have an opinion on that personally. You know, I just don't like talking about stuff I'm not super familiar with. I mean, I know Trigger Bar and all those guys have a lot more experience than I do. Oh, after a cold rain, yeah, I could see that, where it cools everything down. We got 26 on here and 23 thumbs up. That's awesome. Let's get another sip of this. Pistol Pete says, "What did you think about 1776 having to go before the judge to add a new pistol to his New York permit?" Yeah, I did see his video, and we had talked about it before or texted about it with KS, and I think it's bull crap. Y'all should know how I feel. I think it's horseshit. And I told him, I said, you should literally walk in there with an orange jumpsuit on, and that way, since they're thinking you're a criminal, you can just dress up as one as a Halloween costume and walk in there. I think that's ridiculous. And what they're trying to do, I just know it. And I told them this. I think what they're trying to do is make it so difficult that people are like, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with this. And they're just trying to push people to not have their permit in New York because they don't want to put up with that kind of crap. So I think that's what they're using it. And I mean, I really hope it goes before the Supreme Court because, it's unconstitutional, period. I mean, period. Like 90% of gun laws are, or 100% of gun laws are. So I think it's horseshit. I would never live there. I would never visit there. I wouldn't give them a penny of my money. I told my wife that a long time ago. I have no reason to go there. So I think it's absolutely ignorant. And, of course, if he raises a stink about it, they could pull his permit. That's the bad thing. But yeah, they're just hoping it'll piss people off and they'll just, you know, get rid of their guns. Yeah, you're exactly right, Pistol Pete. They're not going to go after criminals. They're going to go after law-abiding citizens, and that's what I just don't get it. I do not understand that crap. Thank God I live in a free state because that is horseshit. All right, we kicked that one out. All right, let's see here. Kool-Aid State. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if you saw where they pulled them up to Congress today. The four man. Did you see the amount of money they've spent? Oh my God! And I can only say so much because I'll get booted. But for the people that shouldn't be here, how much money they've spent in those four states? That was insane. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And some of them didn't even know the total amount. That's what's crazy. They run those states and have no idea how much money they're even spending. What was it? New York was in the billions. I'm like, good Lord. Good Lord. Yeah, the four mayors today just showed how little they care about true Americans. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a freaking clown show. I was like, when they were talking, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And of course, the worst was, in my opinion, was Chicago. I mean, that guy is just a complete moron. I agree, Pistol Pete. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I hope we just keep running this show, even after the 4 years. I hope that we just keep running this show. I hope Vance steps up and he's got it for 8 after that. Because, man, if they keep this going, this could really chew that budget down to nothing. I mean, we could be in the green. That would not hurt my feelings. And he'd chop all that bull crap. We've been paying for that shit and we didn't even know what we're paying for. So I'm glad all this is coming to light. Boom. Yep, I hope they keep bringing all this to light. The mayor of Chicago is at 6.6 popularity. He will be gone soon. I hope they wipe all these people out. And putting them up on the clown show for everybody to see, just like they did the Democrats last night. How they couldn't even clap for a cancer survivor and for women's sports, but yet they're all wearing pink. I'm like, good Lord, man, what is wrong with these people? I just do not understand this. Ugh. And I'm not saying everything on our side is perfect. I'm not saying that, but man, good Lord, how do those people sleep at night, man? I guess they sleep on their wallets because they're definitely getting padded. And I hope all that shit comes out. I hope they start laying down the law and start digging into those people. And that's as far, our little buddy who, you know, offed himself. I don't know if that's ever going to come out correct. I don't think we'll ever know because there's a lot of powerful people. I don't think we're ever going to know the truth. I really don't think we're ever going to see a real list. If we see one, I think it's going to be so blotched out we can't tell what it is because, there's some high up people that would burn some stuff down. I mean, if their name came out. So I don't know, man. I don't know if we'll ever know the truth. But what's crazy is how could you put her, y'all know who I'm talking about, in jail for 20 years with no victims and with no names? How can you put somebody in jail with no names and, or supposedly had a lot of victims, but no names? So you're in jail and you committed this crime against who? Casper, the friendly ghost? Makes no sense. Ranger says, I think the T-Man will get it released because Bill Clinton is supposed to be on there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I mean, I hope so. I really honestly do. I hope so. But I just keep thinking, man, I don't know if we're going to get it. I hope so, though. David Vasquez says, that's America. We need to find out where this money went and expose all these people. It's our tax money. No, I agree, Pistol Pete. 254 victims, but she didn't. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of shady shit going on. A lot of shady stuff. And man, there's some people with some serious power behind that stuff. Yep. And I hope Pete starts ripping that stuff apart, and our buddy Cash gets in there and starts ripping stuff apart too. I mean, it's not over. I know it's not over. They're gonna start, really hammering some stuff. Hopefully, I hope they just don't get lackadaisy. I hope they keep lighting the fires. That's what we need. They need to keep pressing for what they can do. But as far as favorite guns, those are some of my favorites. And I have revolvers. Um, Revolvers are not my favorite. And of course, I'm older. I grew up shooting revolvers, things like that. But they're just not, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with them, but they're just not my favorite. And I've got a couple of nice ones, but I mean, you've got limited capacity and things like that. I know a lot of people love revolvers, so I'm not dissing revolvers. I'm just saying for me, they're just not my favorite. Now, when I was a kid and younger and I was shooting them, I was like, oh man, these are so cool. But I've moved on to other things. That's kind of like how I talk about, there's that circle. There's all these different things you can try. And when you try other things, you can fall out of love with some of your older stuff. But I'm not going to ever get rid of them. But they're just not a top priority for me. Also, I didn't mention, I've got some guns. I got my very first gun, pistol that I ever had in my life. I still own it. Um, and I still love it, but it's just not a favorite because I can't put a dot on it. So I'm a dot guy. But okay, I'm fixing to launch somebody. Let's see here. Oh, all the dim judges. Yeah, that'd be cool. Unit 4. Excuse me. Sorry, I still have that cough periodically. Unit 4 says, I couldn't believe that the red circles and dot department store is rolling back there. Yeah. If I say that word, I'll probably get popped. First companies didn't act that garbage. Yeah, I hope all that shit goes away. Hope it all goes away. Yep, I know which red circle and dot you're talking about. I don't even shop there. I haven't. My wife does periodically because there's some, I don't know, some specialty stuff she likes there, but it's like once in a blue moon she goes in there, but I don't go in there. Um, and that's the thing. I mean, if you don't agree with something, whether it be whatever you don't agree with, that's where you can spend your money where you want. That's the great thing, that we all have choices. You know, I drink coffee at home and I'll drink it out sometimes, but there's a certain coffee place I really don't give them my money, and I think y'all know who I'm talking about. Unit 4 says I stopped and will never go back. Yep. Yeah, I think you guessed it. There you go. Whoever launched them, that was a good choice. Glad you launched them. Yes, you named the company Rosmomic, but yeah, I don't go in there. Overpriced liquid caffeine. Um, and I don't like some of the stuff they stand behind. So, and most of the time, when I used to go in there, it was all these, you know, different people that I was dealing with, and I don't have time for that shit. So I choose where I spend my money with. There's actually even some gun companies that I don't give money to, because I just don't like what they stand for. So, Pistol Pete says, "Do you shoot both eyes open for all your pistol shooting?" Yes, both eyes open. I mean, I dominantly shoot dots. For irons, I'll be honest with you, my eyes are not that great, so I have a hard time with irons because I'm having to do that sometimes to see them. But for all pistols or for dots, even on rifles, yes, both eyes open. Also hold it to the center, but I am not right eye dominant, or excuse me, I'm not cross eye dominant, or whatever you call it, opposite eye dominant, so I don't have to tilt my head, luckily. I know some people do, but I don't have to do that. So I hold it dead center in between both my eyes, and I do shoot both eyes open. I think there's some videos where I've seen myself and I'm shooting both eyes open, but I think there's some where, I might have a little squint or something, but I do have my eyes are, I mean, I'm looking through both my eyes, but I think in some of the videos it looks like one is maybe a little more closed. I don't have a lazy eye, but I think in some videos it might look like I do, when I have clear glasses on. But, and also I have a glare. It's weird, but I have sensitive eyes, and sometimes the light, from the overhead light that they have in the bays, it kind of bugs me. So I kind of squint sometimes with the clear glasses. But when I wear my sunglasses in there, which are prescription, people ask, why do you wear sunglasses in the range? They are astigmatism Oakleys, so they are set up for my astigmatism. So that's why I wear them inside the range. And on those, both eyes are wide open. Pistol Pete says, I remember when I started shooting both eyes open years ago, and it felt strange. Now I feel strange if I don't. Exactly. I feel weird if I do that. I'm like, I need to open the other eye. Um, I'm the same way. I feel strange. Clyde Cumberland says, "Good evening, Gun Nation. Late to the party, but present and accounted for." Well, welcome, sir. I appreciate you, Double C. We're going to give you a nickname. Pistol Pete is PP. You are CC. You're a Double C. But yeah, we're at 7:55. We got about 5 minutes left. If there's any questions y'all have or anything like that, please ask. Carly says, "Have you ever shot the CZ75D Compact? I have a used one that is in good condition and switched out a lot of parts to the Cajun Gunworks parts, waiting on night vision sights and is set to come in tomorrow." Yes, I have shot the 75D Compact. I really like it because it's all steel, so it is heavy. It's a little heavy, chunky boy. But yes, it's a great gun. I mean, you change out the trigger because that's what I would do. I don't like the curved trigger. Change out the trigger and put some good guts in it, but it's a great gun. So that's a good one. I do prefer the Shadow 2 Compact still over the 75D, but the 75D is a great gun. So you got a good one there. Ranger 10 says, "My right eye isn't 20/20 anymore. Still shoot both eyes open, but do a little to the left." Yep, nothing wrong with that. I know many people do. Where did KJP land since she was shit canned as a press secretary? I have no idea. Who knows? Probably some liberal media crap, or maybe KFC or something. Who knows? I don't know. Unit 4 says, "I was watching the range scene in Lethal Weapon and I was surprised how badly they were flinching on every shot." Yeah, it's the movies, man. Clyde Cumberland says, "Double C." I like that. I nickname everybody. That's just one of the things that helps me remember people's names. Done that since I was a kid. I don't mean any negativity towards it. It just helps me remember names, and I always give people nicknames. So it's usually your initials or something that helps me remember you. Always done that. Carly says, "Apparently I have the PCR. The Compact 75D must be the steel frame." Oh, okay. I have a 75D Compact, but it's an alloy frame. I'm sorry. Never mind. I was thinking about the piece. God, what is it called? The PO1 steel frame. It was only made in Europe. They have a few here. Yeah, you're right. No. Yeah, you still have a good gun, so not a problem there. Yeah, Pistol Pete's asking, does it have a loaded chamber indicator? I mean, the 75D is a great gun. The PO1 is a great gun. The Shadow 2 Compact is my favorite of all of them. But I mean, they're all really good guns, especially after you change out the damn curved trigger. I hate the freaking curved trigger because it pokes right in my damn trigger finger because my fingers are big, and that trigger drives me freaking crazy. I hate that hooked trigger. I cannot stand it. But that's a me problem, not a most people problem. Unit 4 says, "Big J, thanks for entertaining us tonight. Good night, all. Maybe see you on Turkey's chat later." Yeah, thanks, Unit 4. I appreciate you. Always good to have you there. Carly said, "Thanks for answering my question. I appreciate it." Anytime, man. I'm here to help people. I mean, with the information I have. I don't know everything. I will never claim that. I'm not that guy. But I appreciate your questions. Oh, Scott's got the steel frame PO1 with the manual safety. Yeah, those are great guns, and they're hard to get too. So I would definitely never get rid of that, Scott. Yeah, Sugar Bar says, "Great chat, Big J. Everyone hit the thumbs up button." Yes, I definitely appreciate it. Yep, it's a PCR, awesome little gun. Yeah, they're good guns. Very good guns. But we will go ahead and shut this down. It is 7:59, fixing to hit 8 o'clock. But I appreciate everyone being on. We've got 25 people that are on currently, 25 thumbs up. So that's even. That's really, really awesome. But, hopefully, like I said, I just shared some of my favorite guns. It's not there could be more guns that come down the road. There's a lot of guns I did not name that I own because they're not my favorites. So I've got a lot of other Striker Fire some other double actions, revolvers and stuff like that. But I'm not going to name everything because not everything can be a favorite. But you can have more than one favorite. So there's that too. Won't be or my other two green PO1s either. Yeah, but I'm interested in getting that light. Like I said, it's going to be a while, but once I get it, hopefully, I mean, I should be up and running around by then. But, I'll get you guys a video on it, comparing it to the X300s and the TLR1 HLX and, all that other stuff. Or TLR1H. Maybe it's the HX. I can't remember what the hell it is. But yeah, we'll do that too. Just one wife though, yeah. Yeah, I've got the best one. I'm telling you, she is awesome. 32 years now. I've been married, dated her for 5, so more than half my life. But yeah, she's a good one. So when you find your good one, you got to lock it down. But I appreciate y'all so much. It's 8:01. We will go ahead and shut this bad boy down. Thanks everyone. Like I've been saying, if you've got loved ones out there you haven't reached out to, or even friends, reach out to them. Let them know you're thinking about them. They could be going through something kind of crazy. You just never know, and it's always good to hear a nice voice. So reach out if you got people that are in the hospital or going through medical issues or something. Reach out to them. Say hi. Been thinking about you. They would love to hear from you. But y'all make this chat happen. I really appreciate y'all so much, and y'all are the ones that keep me going. So as far as YouTube, so go check out some older videos. Hopefully, I'm going to try to start doing some videos where I can be at the desk and, maybe even dragging out some old guns. The only thing I'm having a problem with is some of my, going into the safe with a walker and trying to bring a gun across the room and stuff like that. It's not very user friendly. It's not easy. I tried it the other day and I was like, damn, I can't carry all this. So, my wife bought me a little basket that goes on my walker. So maybe I can start throwing some pistols in there or something. But pulling stuff out of the safe is where it's an issue because sometimes I have to move like 18 things to get to one. So that's where it can be a problem with some items. But, I'm thinking about doing that, trying to get some stuff going. So maybe I could sit at the desk long enough, kind of hang my leg off the side to where I could kind of do some videos like that. But, it would be dragging out the tripod and all that stuff. So we might just play it by ear and see how it goes. But I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks, Young Guns. I appreciate you jumping on. But y'all have a great night, everyone. Love one another. And remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Y'all take care.